This YouTube channel has made me $5,385 in the past 28 days. Now, this is actually one of the best months that I've done so far on this channel, but what if I told you that it's actually not a shorts channel? This is a long form channel. I started about a year ago and I've been building and grinding this channel for a very long time. Just to show you guys that I'm not full of shit, here you go. And I'm going to also refresh real quick to show you guys that this is completely legit. I'm not bullshitting. I was uploading every single day and every single video got 0 to like 10 views every single time. And to be honest, when I first started, I was a regular dude just like you watching this video. I was stuck in school. I literally worked at McDonald's and I really wanted this to work. So when I uploaded my very first video and it got 0 views, I literally just quit. And that's what 90% of people do when they don't see results in their first video. It's because a lot of people are going to quit when they don't see results in their first video. But I'm telling you, if you keep going, if you stay consistent and you watch the full video, because I am going to go into extreme detail, I guarantee you will be able to find some sort of success off this information alone. So a lot of people have actually been asking me about this, so I decided I'd finally make a simple video just breaking down the terms and basic processes of the actual Faceless long-term game. So with that being said, I'm going to go over everything that you need to know about the basics of Faceless long-form. So what I'm going to break down in this video specifically is the basic terms and processes, the do's and don'ts, the RPMs, the types of long-form content that I think does the best and the ones that I personally always do, how to find niches, how to make videos, packaging, and length of videos. So everything that you see right here will be broken down in extreme detail, so that way you won't have any questions and you won't make any mistakes when you're first starting out. So really quickly though, I want to get onto the topic of why to do long form over short form, or at least start with short form and then get into long form. I tell everyone that I teach this, if you're going to do short form, you want to get into long form eventually. And if you don't know already, there is one big fat reason why I tell people to do this. So I'm not even going to explain it. I'm just going to show you. So here's a video that I uploaded on one of my shorts channels a couple weeks ago. It did 79K. Obviously not life-changing views, not life-changing money either. I only made $13. But granted, these shorts only take me about 20-30 minutes to make compared to like a long form video that might take me, 40 to an hour to make. But now I'm going to go over to one of the first long form videos I uploaded on this channel. It did 69K views, which is even less than the short, but it did $300 in revenue. That is literally 25 times the amount of revenue I made on the short with 10,000 less views. And that is literally the only reason why I tell people to get into long form if they do start making money with shorts. It's because you can literally 25 times the amount of money you're making just by uploading long form videos. But now that you understand where I'm coming from, I'm just going to go over some basic terms. So CRT, AVD, niche, demographic, and I forgot to put impressions. But to basically just break this down in simple terms, CTR is the amount of people that click on your video, and that is pretty much based on the amount of impressions you get. So every time that your video gets shown on the homepage or the recommended, every time that it shows up on someone's screen, it is going to count as an impression. And your CTR is based on how many times people actually click on your video versus when they look away. But here's the thing, a lot of people think that just having a higher CTR will mean your video will actually perform better. And it's not actually true. When a video actually gets pushed out to more and more audiences and to broader audiences, the CTR will most likely actually go down because it's getting recommended to people that might not actually like your video. If a video does like 300 to 500k views, it's going to keep getting pushed out to broader and broader audiences that might not actually like your video, so they're going to automatically click away from it, which in terms will actually mean your CTR will go down even though you're actually getting a decent amount of views on the video. That's why honestly I focus more on impressions over everything. Especially starting out with a new channel, you want to focus on impressions. If your videos are at least getting pushed out to the homepage or the recommended, then you're doing something right and you want to keep posting. Now, the next thing is the AVD. If you do shorts, you probably know what this means. It's literally just the average view duration. And if you're seeing a comment right here, usually this will also go down as your video gets pushed out. So again, sometimes stats aren't always everything, but when you are starting out and you are starting to post those early videos, then these usually are good to look at as a baseline. And just because they are good doesn't mean your video is going to blow up. Usually with long form, the longer your AVD is and the longer your video is, the more money you're actually going to be getting from AdSense. Next thing is obviously one of the most important things of all time in YouTube is the niche. We're gonna get a little bit more into that in the next part of the video. You have like all the big basic niches, and then you have all the sub niches, so like sports, celebrities, history, news, things like that. And then you have all the sub niches, so like in sports you can do football, American football, hockey, basketball, baseball, whatever. You get all those different sub niches. And then another big thing that you want to focus on in terms of getting those good RPMs and making a lot of money is the demographic. That'll kind of determine the amount of money you're getting. For a lot of my long form channels, the big thing that I want to focus on is an older audience, a US audience. And I usually like to get people that are watching on their TV because they most likely have YouTube Premium, and you also get more revenue based on if they have YouTube Premium or not. But those are just the basic terms. Now I want to get it more into the types of long form content that I personally focus on and the ones that I think do the best. And this obviously varies on person to person. Again, I'm not an expert on this by any means. I don't know every single type of long form content, but this is the one that I focus on and I personally think is the easiest to do. So the first type of content we're going to be looking at is more the ultra long form. So this is the type of videos that people like to go to sleep to, that people actually don't even have their phones on for, so you can get away with kind of using just 1 or 2 images or even a black screen. So these are kind of like the main big 3 that you'll usually see. So you usually see like the lore channels right here that kind of just like tell you a bunch of different lore for a couple hours while you fall asleep. And you also have the heavy rain ones, so you have like background music or background noises that you fall asleep to. Usually the most common ones I see are around the holidays, so they'll have like, you know, Halloween theme, Christmas themes, you know, different types of holidays, or they'll just have like the fire backgrounds, the heavy rain backgrounds, or they could even be telling stories as well. And this is the one that you've probably seen the most. It is the boring history one, and these kind of speak for themselves. They're just really long videos that tell stories about history, just a bunch of stuff that, again, that you can just fall asleep to. Now, obviously there's way more examples of different types of channels that are like this, but you know, just to keep the video short and to the point, these are the kind of like the main three that you'll usually see. Now moving on to another type of channel that I personally like doing the most, and it is like the informational type of channel. So these videos are a lot more shorter. They're usually around 20 to 40 minutes long, and for the most part they'll usually target an older audience of people, so usually like 40 to 50 to 65 years old plus. And not only do these give high RPMs because of the audience, it's also the audience that lets you make these videos a little bit less quality than what you would normally see on YouTube. So a lot of times with these channels, again, you'll see things like World War II tales, different types of country history. And the good thing with these is that they're usually all made by AI, so you can write the scripts in ChatGPT or even Claude, and you can also just generate all the images as well with AI. And the reason why I like these is because you can really niche down to these. If you haven't seen this channel, it's from Romero. I had to put this one in because it's actually really smart. I actually didn't even know this was like a niche, but basically it's called Roof Report. It's actually about the Florida real estate market. These videos have been doing insanely well, and the RPMs are absolutely crazy on them. But this just goes to show about how much like you can niche down in terms of these long form informational channels, and like how many people actually want to watch them. And it really just opens your eyes to how like high the bar is in terms of creativity and how much you can do with these long form channels compared to shorts where everyone's just doing kind of like the same thing, whether it be Roblox rants and ranking or like, you know, Sora 2 body cam videos. You're not really going to see these types of videos in short form, like again, the Florida real estate market, and you're not going to see them do well either. But now moving on to one of the easiest ones and ones that I do a lot is the full AI story channels. So just to show you guys how simple these are, I literally just put a screenshot of what the entire video looks like. It's just a character with subtitles, and then it literally just has like free background footage in the background playing, so it's like, you know, it's always moving and it's not just like a random like black screen. These channels are literally all over the place, especially the revenge stories, but they're really easy to get into because they don't take long at all. And if you want to learn exactly how to make these videos, I actually have a full-length 40-minute tutorial on how to exactly use AI to make all these videos and automate it pretty much. I actually have a channel posting about 2 to 3 of these every single day, and it's actually one of the first tutorials on my brand new long-form guide. So if you are interested about learning how to do that and also getting access to over 3 hours of YouTube tutorial, then you should probably join the accelerated program. It'll be the link in the description. Now getting into the part that everyone actually wants to know about, and it is just the RPMs. So usually the thing that I like to focus on is older audience, long AVD, and a US audience will usually get you the best RPMs. Again, the RPMs are a little bit different from long form than shorts. Again, shorts usually just depends on the country you're targeting, so there's kind of a lot of factors that determine the RPMs. But the thing that I like to focus on the most is the length of video and how long people are watching. Usually if you can get 2 of those to be, you know, really decent, then you usually get a lot more money than a channel that's only uploading like 10 to 8 minute long videos. That kind of brings us into the length of videos. Usually I like to make my videos, if they're just like the informational videos, I'll make them about 25 to 45 minutes. That's usually what I like to aim for. But if you're going to do anything longer than that, then you may as well just do an hour plus. This way you're pretty much going to maximize your RPMs. You know, you don't want to be uploading short videos with long form. The longer the AVD, the longer the video, the higher your RPMs are going to be. One of the biggest problems with long form is actually getting monetized. Getting the watch hours is kind of hard. So one of the methods I actually do is just start it as a shorts channel, and then I'll convert it to a long form channel, because it's a lot easier to get a viral shorts video with a, like, you know, like a low effort video than it is with, you know, long form. So that brings us to like one of the methods that I usually do is literally just using short form videos to get monetized. So it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. Literally just pick a, you know, trending niche that is going crazy right now on YouTube and just start making shorts in that. And then once you get monetized, you can literally just private all your videos and start making long form content. I'm just going to show you real quick the easiest way you can do that, especially if you are a beginner, you don't have a lot of experience with editing. After doing some research, I found that VSub is probably one of the best ways you can create short form content really quickly. So as we all know, Roblox rants are going absolutely ballistic right now. As you can see, this channel is literally getting 1 million views per video, and that's like one of the easiest ways you can get monetized right now. I've already made a video on how to make these from scratch, but if you want, you can literally just go to VSub right here, and there's actually a way you can just create them in the software. So once you create an account, you can literally go right here and it'll let you create a Roblox rant video. Literally all you have to do is import your Roblox rant script, and here you can actually edit all the pitches. So if you want this one to be a low pitch instead of a high pitch, you can do that. And then once you edit all your settings right here, you can literally just create video right here, and it'll actually just generate the entire video for you, and then you can edit it from there. And if you go to video, you can upload any of your Roblox gameplay right here, so now you can directly edit in the software. As you can see, it subtitles everything for you. You can change the emojis, you can change the pitch of the video, and you can also add PNG images. So if you just click image to video, you can literally drag and drop here and it'll show up on the screen. And when you add any of your images right here, you can actually add also sound effects that they have built in the software. If you just want to do the Vine boom like everyone else, you can simply do that, and now it'll show up on the video automatically.
1 Robux are now free.
Everyone gets 10,000 Robux.
Just like that. And now once you're done making your video in literally less than 5 minutes, all you want to do is press download here and make sure that you're exporting it at least 60 frames a second, and you can do it in standard MP4. And once you do that, you can literally export and download your video just like that. It takes literally 5 minutes, and you can start posting these every single day to get your channel to the, the requirements to get monetized. And as you can see right here, it literally generated me the entire video. You don't have to fiddle with any editing software. It literally does all of it for you, and you can edit it right in the software. You can edit the file name, you can download it right here, and then you can post it on any social media you want to. And this is the exact method I use to blow up my channels and be able to monetize them, so then I can just start posting long form on them, or you can even literally just sell them if you really wanted to. So if you are a beginner and you really just want all of everything in one software, then I would recommend you use VSub, because again, it has everything you need to start making videos all in this one software. And you can actually do way more than Roblox niches. You can do a bunch of different types of short videos if you're interested in that as well. So if you don't have a lot of time to edit videos, I would recommend you use this, because it will save you literally hours of your time. But now getting into one of the more important things that you should focus on when doing long form, it is the packaging, the thumbnail, the title. It all depends on the niche and the audience. And this is another reason why I like targeting an older audience, is because, to be honest, they don't really care about the packaging that much as someone who was younger would. You can argue with me on that one, but me personally, I truly believe that they do not give a fuck about the quality. So this is one of my long form channels that I'm running right now. As you can see, the entire audience is 65 plus years old, which is actually insane. And as you can see here, a lot of them are watching on TV and tablet, not only just their mobile phone. And if you watched any of the AI videos that I showed before in the channels, then you will know that the quality on these are not that great. And honestly, people don't really care about them as long as you're telling an engaging story. The thumbnails and the titles really aren't anything crazy. They really just describe what the story is about, and that's pretty much it. And that's a huge reason why I love targeting audiences like this, is because you don't have to spend a lot of time or resources on the actual packaging of the video, which can be very tedious if you have no experience in it. Because if you don't know, thumbnails and packaging are a very, very important part of YouTube videos, but as long as you're targeting an audience like this, it's really not that big of a deal. And again, I have a full tutorial on how to make those AI thumbnails in my WAP below. But now moving on really quickly to the do's and don'ts, the things that I messed up doing it myself. The biggest thing that I see, especially with these AI long form channels and a lot of the faceless ones, is, a lot of people just copy and paste each other's content. And yes, it does work, and you will get views doing it. And what I mean by this is basically I'll just take all of the transcripts, their scripts, their thumbnail ideas, and I'll just like rebrand it. So I'll just change a couple names, and I'll just change a couple words, and then I'll just re-upload it, and it'll still get decent views. But when it comes to actual monetization, it does not fly sometimes. One of my recent AI channels did not get monetized at all. It got completely denied. I even appealed it, and it got denied anyway. And the reason they denied it was because of unoriginal content, and it really honestly was because my content wasn't very original at all. My most viewed video had like 20,000 views, and I had a couple 10k view videos, but the fact that they were literally just copy and pasted scripts with different names is probably the reason why I didn't get monetized. So if you are going to do any of this faceless long form content, I would highly recommend you generate your own original scripts. You can obviously use, your competitors as templates and things like that, but make sure that you're generating a brand new original story that isn't anything like anything else on the platform. And that leads us into the next thing, which is don't make shitty scripts. Usually they will actually work, but the thing is that the feedback you'll get is not very great. And on that same AI channel, I didn't really proofread the scripts or anything, and the feedback I got on them was so bad. I'd always get comments talking about the story was inconsistent, the characters didn't make sense, a lot of things went wrong, but the views were still there. But you're gonna get people that are gonna unsubscribe, that are not gonna want to watch your videos anymore. So just make sure at the very minimum you're proofreading your scripts and you're making sure that they make sense, because that is very important. The number one thing that I see people struggle with is they delete their videos. Don't delete your videos. Deleting your videos is literally the very last thing you want to do, even if you aren't getting any views. Again, I will literally show you guys real quick. This is literally one of the first videos I uploaded on my AI longform channel. It sat at 8 views for 12 days, and then it only got 87 views anyway. But in between those 12 days that I was waiting, I was posting every single day, and one of those videos eventually did blow up and get 20,000 views. And again, it's not life-changing views, but the RPMs are insane. I'm telling you right now, especially with these, these low effort channels, you're going to get like 0 to 10 views to start, and you're just gonna have to keep posting through it. I was literally uploading twice a day, every single day, getting pretty much no views until my videos eventually got pushed out. And that's the biggest things with these channels. You're just gonna want to force yourself into the algorithm. And I tell everyone in my Discord this every single day, like hundreds of times. Consistency is literally the key to everything on YouTube. As long as you keep posting, you will get success. But that is literally the biggest thing, especially with this long form stuff. I'm telling you right now, like, you're not gonna get a lot of views when you start, and that's just how it works. That's just how the algorithm works. But as long as you post every single day, or even multiple times a day on a long form channel, you will start to see progress. And that kind of brings us to the last point. Again, just be patient with this stuff. This stuff does take time. It's not necessarily even your fault. It's literally just, YouTube needs to give you time to get into the algorithm. You just want to keep posting. These videos don't take that long, so you're not like losing out on like major time. So just make the videos, post every single day, get a schedule, and start posting. Long form really isn't as hard as people make it out to be. Like, I'm just a regular guy just like you guys. I literally just post videos every single day. And that was honestly the key to my success. I just kept posting every single day. I made my videos better. As long as you don't quit, you will literally do better than 90% of people that have ever tried this. These are kind of all the basics that you really need to know about starting long form content. But if you are interested in full tutorials and full breakdown of long form channels, then I do have those available on my WAP in the accelerated program if you want to become a student. And we come together every single Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern for weekly calls where we break down channels, we talk about ideas, and I will personally look through your channel and give you reviews. But if that's not enough, I have a full tutorial on there right now waiting for you that shows you how I monetize a brand new channel in less than 2 months.